Hey Ma, do you know what bursts my bubble?
What burst your bubble, Andrew?
OCD and obsession. Currently my obsession is making these videos, creating my internet art. Previously it was running. I used to run anywhere between 7 and 16 miles a day, and I would walk on top of that. You know, in high school it was video games.
So what is it that you think can stop an obsession?
You know, like I said, it seems I replaced one obsession with another obsession. I hear OCD is one of the hardest things to medicate.
It is.
Because it's really hard to stop something that you want to do again and again and again.
And it gives you a feeling of calm and a feeling of fulfillment.
It does. And
that's addicting.
It's a false sense of...
Yes, you're right. It's false.
You know, there are some people that have to wash their hands again and again and again. In a way, I don't know why I've gotten like that. You know, when I go into the bathroom at hospitals or, at the train, I have to use the toilet. I can't use urinals because I feel like when I use urinals, the urine splashes back on me, and then I might have acquired something like AIDS or hepatitis.
That's a little bit of a hypochondria.
Exactly, that's exactly what he said. And he thinks the reason I have that is because, I was bullied as a child, and it's kind of like your body bullying you. And you know what I mean? So hypochondria is kind of, you think the entire world's against you, the entire world's bullying you, including your own body. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
That was at least somebody's idea. I don't know if that's true or not, but it makes sense in my opinion.
That's interesting. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, and
well, it's your body betraying you almost. Like it. Yeah, like betraying you because you can't have a calm if you're always thinking that's the case.
Yeah, perhaps. Another type of thing that I learned as a kid that people socializing with me, they would bully me and exclude me and isolate me. So now, for example, if I'm on the train and there are these two cute women face to face with me, I start to panic. I start to try and retreat within myself. I go into zombie mode where it's like, I'm on stage. I put a blank expression on my face, and it's like, why can't I just behave normally? Why do I get this bad anxiety? Why can't I just look at these women and say, "Hi, how you doing?" casually, and then go on my way? You know what I mean?
I think
it's crippling. It's like I'm paralyzed.
I think age.
No, I don't think I thought age and maturity and.
No, I'm not talking about your age. I'm talking about long years.
In a way, when I was in college, I thought something like sex would have fixed this. You know what I mean? Like, all right, would have fixed my phobia of women. You know what I mean? But it turns out it's just as bad as it ever was. You
have to get to the point where you tell yourself that these people don't matter, that these people go home and they live their life, and you're not thought of.
My old psychologist used to use this expression. He said I was it was like I was in a cocoon, and I'm developing, I'm gaining confidence, and I'm gonna hatch from the cocoon and become a butterfly. But I don't. He very often didn't even know what he was talking about. You know what I mean? So, that was a bad example.
Well, again.
And in a way, I kind of felt like he would. I probably shouldn't talk about.
No.
Okay.
Everything in life is a process, and I believe that the more we do something over and over and over, be it talking to people, interacting with people,
let's take my running obsession for example. When I first started out running, I could barely do 5 minutes. I kept increasing it, then I was doing 15 minutes, then I was doing a half hour, then I was doing an hour daily, and there came a point I was doing 16 miles a day, running, not walking, running, and it was insanity. And
but even something as healthy as running can be overdone.
Oh yeah, I overdid it to such a ridiculous degree. I read something on Twitter, some guy's like, yeah, I was smoking 40 to 60 cigarettes, and he's like, I guess nobody knew or noticed, and you know, I thought that was kind of interesting because I kind of felt like that was how I was with my running. You know what I mean? It's like I was doing so much exercise, and it's like, did anybody even know or notice? You know what I mean?
They did.
They did. They must have known I was very ill.
But getting back to the fixing of this, finding something that fills that gap that's healthy without getting obsessive with it. That's the balance that I think everybody has to try to, like people that overeat, people that overdrink, people that overgamble. Everybody has to find a balance where they feel healthy and they feel good. And I think practicing things that are hard for us makes us finally come to some kind of a peace within, that we've conquered it, and it's a daily struggle.
It is, and it's a hard thing to fight, but you got to keep fighting on. Like Roman Reigns says, you have to unleash the big dog. You know, some people unleash pit bulls, but the big dog I'm going to unleash is the Yorkshire Terrier, the Yorkie. Unleash the big
Little
dog.
dog that thinks she's a big dog.
Napoleon complex. This dog definitely has a Napoleon complex, right?
Absolutely.
Right now, she's not demonstrating it because she's very mellow and licky, but she's a little bit of a boss. She's like, ah! But she's my favorite dog we've ever had. She's, you know, she really is. And I know other people consider her favorite dog too. I don't know who those people are, but
Okay.
that is what it is. Example of our big
She's bossing
boss.
you.